Hi guys, welcome to Book of Shayla. It is Use It Up Saturday, which is basically where I show you the layouts I did using my weekly product focus. So if you're new here, at the beginning of the year, I made a list of 52 things. Some of them were products, some were themes, some were manufacturers of things that I needed to use in my stash. So every week I do a random number generator and it picks me a product. This week was Flair. Now, if you've been around and watched my videos, you know that I love to use Flair, so that shouldn't be a problem. However, let me just show you some things, okay, before we get started. So I have Flair in 3 different places because I've bought Flair. Well, I'll get to that in a second. So when I first started buying Flair, I bought from a place called Yes Please Papercraft, who no longer does sells things. They closed. I don't know if their shop is officially closed, but they're no longer making new Flair. And that was kind of my introduction. And you bought it singly. You just bought one Flair at a time and you would get a whole package. And so this is how I sorted it. This is one of those like craft keepers. I used to use it for embroidery thread when I cross stitched. And I had them separated like fall, springy, whatever those are. Butterflies, just dots, plaids, Christmas, and I have 2 of these. So that's one way. I also bought from Dottie About Flair. I think that's what it was called. I did not buy very much because, again, he also stopped producing Flair. And that's where these are. Now, there's also, that's the Dottie About Flair. I've bought some from Some Assemblage Required. I've bought some from a place on Etsy called A Redeemed Rose. And I just keep those in that because there's not very many. And then finally, I started buying from Scrappin' Happy Studio, and that is where I have a lot of Flair. So, and I keep it because they come in cute little packages and they're stuck on, and so I keep it in this. As you can see, I know people who've watched me think I'm crazy when I say this, but look at that. Look how much room I have, guys. I do have a big order from my little scrapbook studio. I have a pre-order of a whole bunch of Flair. But anyway, so I have those 3 Flair. Well, I pull from this all the time, like all the time. I also buy Flair sometimes from Pear Tree Cut Files. They have Flair, and I get Flair from there too. But I decided I really needed to use up that Yes Please Papercraft Flair. So when I made page kits for the week, that's what I focused on. So all of these have Flair on them, and I think there's 13 pages. I'm not sure, but somewhere around there. Let me show you. Now, some of these, the process videos are going to be coming up, so this is kind of a spoiler, but, you know, it's fine. This is for Rediscover Your Stash, which will come up on Wednesday, and I used Flair on it. It's also the day 28 of May I Scraplift You. That has a process video, like I said, that's coming up. This is sorry, I forgot my great niece was on here. This is a How to Kill a Kit with Style. There's Flair there. It's also a May I Scraplift You from day 25. This is a 2-pager. I actually had, this was a not pre-made, but a pre-designed page kit from Scrapbook Generations from a super long time ago. And I kind of did my own thing. I added some Flair. I added some wood veneer from Color Cast Design. I added some dazzles, but that's this one. This is for today's May I Scraplift You. It's in the little details. She had this cool stitching background, and I used this. I had 2 of these. I've now used both of them this month. These are from like 2005, guys. So they're 2006, somewhere around there. So they're like 20 years old, and they're now out of my stash. But here's my Flair. This was for yesterday's Mixed Media Mayhem, using chipboard and embossing and paste. And I only have one little flare, but hey, it's Flair. And it was a Pinterest inspired layout. This has Scrap and Happy Studio. Now, a couple of them, like I said, will have Scrap and Happy Studio instead of Yes Please paper. And there's my flare on it. This was for another Pinterest inspired. This is for May I Scrap Lift You Day 22. There's that. And some flare there using Vicky Bouton. Never used Vicky Bouton. I used Vicky Bouton, guys. This one is a paper issue sketch from May 7th. My flare here. And my problem is I would get these flare and I'm like, oh, I can never use them. Guys, I know they don't match. I know they're not even really the same colors, but they pulled the colors from the line. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it on there. Anyway, so there's that one. This is I think it's a Pinterest inspired. Yep, Pinterest inspired. And there's a Scrap and Happy Studio flare. And here's one too. This was a Sketches in Time from May 1st. It's also a 52 weeks of everyday photos and a How to Kill a Kit with Style. And there's more of those floral ones that I have a hard time using. This one, you'll see this process video tomorrow. It's for my 52 weeks of everyday photos. It's also May I Scrap Lift You. It's also How to Kill a Kit with Style. And I have this little flare here. This is, I did embossing again just for funsies. Oh, I do have the right date. My son last night was telling me, he's like, Mom, that was from October. That's a Halloween party. I'm like, that's not the date I have on it. It is the date I have on it. But anyway, sorry, squirrel. But anyway, I have some flare here, and there was another flare over here. I wonder what happened to it. Huh. Because I had 3 on that one. I had one more here. Don't know. I guess I better go find that. Anyway, so there's that. And this is for day 27's May I Scrap Lift You. Another sneak peek. And then my last one is this one. This is day, ooh, my button. This is day 29, May I Scrap Lift You. And I have 3 flare there. So that is just briefly my 13. Guys, usually if you're new here and you haven't seen one of these videos before, I don't usually get 13 pages done out of my stuff. But since it was flare, and I love flare, and I use flare a lot, it wasn't hard to stick it on some pages. I did really wonder where that other one went. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it said something too. Goodness, I'm gonna have to go look for that. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Come back. This is usually a video that I have up on Saturdays. So come back next Saturday and see what my new product is going to be. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.